Hello, it's me. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bore you guys with the singing. We're not gonna do that. Instead, oh no, I gotta hit you with one of these. Say hello to my little friends. Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My name is Carl McCary. Welcome to the first YouTube video ever. Not ever. No, this is not the first YouTube video ever. This is my first YouTube video ever. Not in the whole world. You know what? You get what I'm trying to say. Ooh, what was, wow.
Gay!
Wow. Okay.
Breathe air.
Gotta lock in. Welcome to the first YouTube video ever. Oh my goodness. Alright. Welcome to my YouTube video. No, that's too serious. Alright. Welcome to my first YouTube video. We're just gonna stop playing around, okay? We're gonna be serious now. Welcome. Today it's gonna be real simple. I know what the title says. I know. We're gonna get to it. But first, we have to hit a little bit of chest and back. I'm excited, and through it, I'm just gonna be thinking about things we can talk about after. You know, I hope you stick around until the end. That's whenever, you know, it's the meat and potatoes of the video. You know, we're gonna just run through a quick workout. It's gonna be real fast. I'm gonna show you some of the stuff that I've been doing, implementing to kind of help my chest grow and my back, and maybe you can add some of those into your own workout. But at the end of the day, this channel is built on growth, whether it's physical or mental. And I hope that you can join me on this video, but let's get that workout in. So, for the last exercise, what we did was do another row. Why, Carl? Why are you doing another row? If you want to grow your back, you have to row. To grow, you have to row. And that's the way just the back works. So for this one, we kind of have this fancy machine. I don't know what it's called. I'm not even using it the way it's supposed to be used, because you're supposed to be like kind of laying down on it and then rowing. I like to kind of like set up right there and then row. But you can use a barbell, you can use dumbbells, you can use a T-bar, just as long as you get in another row. It helps with that thickness of the back to kind of like, you know, make it more, you want a juicy back. Wow, that was weird. All right. So that was it for the workout. Now let's talk. Let's talk. While I was showing you guys about the back and how you need to grow, I realized that we can really just talk about growth for this first video. And what are some things that are killing your growth? Not physically. That we can talk about that another day. But mentally. And I think a big thing is comparison. That is something I struggle with, especially after trying to make this video. I looked at everyone. I started comparing myself to all these other YouTubers who made it. You know, I'm like, well, I don't have the cameras they have. Right now I'm shooting off my iPhone. I don't have the mics they have. Right now I'm using a mic that I bought from TikTok Shop. I don't have a nice setup, you know. I don't even have my own house like some of these guys. So, and my physique, it's not even insane. So how are these guys gonna even listen to me? You know? And that kind of stopped me for the longest time. It kind of made me procrastinate while trying to make this video. And we find ourselves in the same situations where we have things that are kind of in the way, and not because they were just placed there in life, but because we placed them there by comparing our lives to other people's lives. That is one thing that helps us not grow. You won't even see what you have right now unless you stop comparing and just look at your life. Where am I? Am I in the same spot? If this was 10 years ago, am I still here? Or am I here? Maybe you're not even here. What if you're just here? This, no matter how small it is, this jump right here is still growth. And you got to be able to take time to appreciate these little moments where you're like, man, I didn't even move that far. But you know what? I still grew. Because there's some people who are still stuck in this area. Maybe something happened in their lives. They started comparing themselves to other people and they became stuck right here. And that's not what you want. You know what? Let me share an illustration that I showed one of my friends yesterday that kind of hit me. We all go through these moments in life. Pretend this little stick is your life, right? This is where you were born. Let's put this in my life. Let's use my life as an example. That's what I'm trying to say. This was me, 2004, right? We're right here, 2025. Now, if something happens that really shakes my world, makes me kind of like, I don't know, question, what am I doing here? Or, I don't know, maybe let me think of an example. Like recently, I didn't have a job for the longest time. This is perfect. I didn't have a job for the longest time. And this area of my life, I'd say 2024, I was kind of depressed, if I'm being honest. I had no job. I was just staying at home. Things weren't going good in school. And I was just like, what's going on? What's the point? What am I doing? And you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to lay down in a bed. And that's a bed. I wanted to lay down in a bed. Instead of focusing on how can I grow from this little spot I put myself in, I decided to just lay in a bed. And now a lot of people do that. They reach these points, things are not going well, they start comparing, they're like, you know what? I've been left behind. I'm never going to succeed. So they kind of just stay in that area their whole entire lives. And these are the same people that you find who are later on in their 40s and their 50s who still don't have it figured out. They still don't have it figured out. They're trying to figure out, what do I do with my life? Because there was that time in their life where things just went out of whack and they let that define them for who they are. When really, they could have changed it in a year. And that's what I did. I changed my life in less than a year. I now have a job. I am now still trying to figure out with school, but we're getting something done. Any movement is movement, even the tiniest bit, you know? And I'm trying to make sure that my life, and you should try to make sure that your life is not defined by just one moment. You have to grow each day. I'm Carl McCary. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. And if you stayed for the whole thing, I just want to say thank you, and I hope that you learned something from the video. I'll see you in the next video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Go! It's awkward now.